Good afternoon, morning, and evening, depending on where you are joining us from in the world today, and welcome to our international live stream. We hope you're enjoying our digital live event so far, and thank you for joining us for this live stream today. My name is Vimal. I'm the International Recruitment Officer for the Middle East, North Africa, as well as UK International. I'm now going to introduce my colleague Alex. So over to you, Alex.
Hi everyone, I'm Alex. As Vimal just said, I work in recruitment for Europe, Nepal, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. So today we'll be talking about several different things throughout the stream. So we'll cover areas such as employability, life in Leicester, fees, and also the funding options that are available to international students.
We'll also be touching on areas such as health and well-being support on offer to De Montfort University students and how you can apply to study with us. One thing to note before we do start off is that we are currently accepting applications for international students for our full suite of degree programs that are starting this September 2022. I'll now pass it across to a member of our admissions team, Emily Jane.
Hi all, I'm Emily Jane. I'm the Postgraduate Admissions Manager, and I'll shortly be explaining the application and CAS process and answer any questions that you have about applying to study with us at DMU.
Thanks, Emily. So we'd just like to remind you that this is an interactive stream. So if you have any questions, please put them in the chat box. We can either answer them as we go along or we'll answer them at the end of the stream. So I'm just going to touch on teaching and learning for students that study with us at De Montfort University. So first of all, we're extremely flexible with our teaching. We are flexible so that we can deal with any restrictions or changing circumstances, and that's why we offer blended learning. So blended learning enables students to attend seminars and group work in person, and then larger teaching sessions such as lectures can be taught online. So it's kind of a hybrid approach, and this has some additional benefits when you compare it to traditional learning. Some of these benefits are improving technological skills, which employers are looking for recently. Also, our lecturers have the option to use breakout rooms, so this is really useful for discussions and something that isn't generally possible in a physical lecture. And also, our lectures are run on Microsoft Teams, so it enables you to take part in engaging interactive live sessions with fellow students and lecturers. Our lecturers are uploaded onto DMU Replay, so this allows access to recorded content so that you can rewatch them as many times as you like, which is extremely useful when revising for exams or doing your coursework. So you can literally replay that as many times as possible, which is a great benefit. Regarding study spaces at DMU, so we have a large variety of study spaces all around our campus. We also have an IT department that offers tech and software support to those who need it, and we have computers available for all our students throughout all four faculties around our campus. We also have skill development workshops, so a range of different things, such as additional math support, English support, help with LinkedIn, and we also have an award-winning careers team that Vimal is going to touch on now. Vimal, you're on mute.
Thanks, Alex. Sorry about that. So that takes us nicely to our next topic, which is award-winning careers and employability service, such as known as DMU Works. So we offer 70 staff and dedicated faculty teams. It's been awarded the best university careers employability service for national undergraduate employability in February 2021. So what this entails is 7 different services, one-to-one career appointments, startup and entrepreneurship support, learn skills and meet new employers, employability mentoring, part-time jobs, internships, DMUX digital offer, and finally DMU for life. So what it does is we assist with paid internship, networking events, access to online resources, as well as interview help. So once you're working in the UK after graduation, we can also assist with workshops, visa advice. So if you are looking for a graduate visa, we have a team that will be able to support that. And we have a specialist job platform called Student Circus, as well as Going Global. We'll now be showing a video which highlights everything DMU Works has to offer.
That's great, thank you, Vimal. So moving on to scholarships. So as an international student at De Montfort University, I'm sure you'll be happy to hear we have a few scholarships available. So the first one I'll mention is the DMU International Scholarship, which is £1,500, and that's taken off your tuition fee, and it's granted upon receipt of a £4,000 tuition fee deposit. We also have an early payment discount of £500, and that's granted upon 50% of your tuition fee. So I would recommend paying 50% in full so that you can be granted the full £2,000. It's worth mentioning that these are on a first come first served basis, so they're not guaranteed, and we do recommend that you get your application in as soon as possible and get your 50% tuition fee paid. We also have a few other scholarships, however these ones you must apply for separately. So the DMU International Scholarship and the early payment discount you will be automatically considered for. These ones, however, you must apply for our DMU scholarship website. So the first one is the High Achievers Scholarship, which is available to undergraduate full-time international students, and it will offer either £3,000, £5,000, or a full fee waiver of the first year of your tuition fee costs. To be eligible, you must achieve a minimum of 70% in your previous studies, and you must apply before the 11th of July this year via the DMU scholarship website. We also have a sustainability scholarship, which is £4,000 for full-time postgraduate students and £2,000 for part-time postgraduate students. In your application, you must address sustainability issues. So this could be anything such as poverty, hunger, clean energy, or health, etc. It's entirely up to you. We have a DMU sports scholarship. So we have 5 scholarships available worth £6,000 each. And to be eligible for this, you must perform at a high representative level. The scholarship also comes with a performance package, which includes personalized strength and conditioning training, nutrition, psychology guidance, and also performance lifestyle support. Finally, if you are to study an undergraduate degree with us and you would like to stick around for another year and do a postgraduate course, we can offer you 20% off your postgraduate tuition fee costs, and that's by applying for our postgraduate alumni scholarship. So I'm now going to pass it over to Emily from admissions, and she'll just briefly go over the admissions process with you.
Thanks, Alex. So as the PG Admissions Manager, I'm just going to take you through how to apply, the key tips and advice alongside information about CAS letters. So in regards to applying to study a PG course at DMU, you can apply via the online portal or by sending an application via email to admissions. If applying via the portal, please be sure to upload all the necessary documents. And similarly, if applying directly, please also ensure that the necessary documents are attached to the email alongside a completed application form. So please ensure that you look at the course entry criteria on the website, so you know what we ask for and are fully prepared, as this will prompt you to double check that you're sending everything required. If you don't have a student number and you need to email us, then please always give your name and date of birth, as this helps us locate you on our system. And make sure that you've answered all the questions on the application form when you apply, as this avoids delays in processing your application. For example, if you have a previous visa refusal, then please declare it and provide us with all the necessary information alongside your application to avoid delays. So moving on to key tips and advice for applicants and inquirers who are looking to apply. Make sure that you've done some research into the course available and what you would like to study. Check out our website, which is really useful and has lots of information on how the course works and what you can expect. And this will mean that you get the best fit for you. Please ensure that you meet the criteria. For example, is your undergraduate degree relevant to the postgraduate course you are interested in? That information will be on our website. If not, do you have relevant experience? And if so, it's definitely worth sending a CV alongside your application so that we can refer that to the programme leader who will be making a decision on your application. So also check that you have all the documentation we require and have included them in your application, as this avoids the delays, as we do have a large volume of applications, and it just will mean that your application will be dealt with promptly. There are instances where an admissions team would have to refer your application to a programme leader for a decision, which might take a little longer, but we do aim to get back to you in a relevant time frame so that you can hopefully give you an offer to study here at DMU. So in regards to conditions of offer and the documentation that we would be hoping to see with your application, a degree certificate and final transcript showing your consolidated marks, a good personal statement that shows why you wish to study the particular course and at De Montfort University. With references, we require those, but we can't request those on your behalf, so you would need to ensure it's on letterheaded paper or from a professional email address. We would also require evidence of English language, for example, IELTS, Standard 12 or WIEC we can accept, a copy of your passport and a portfolio if required for the course. It's also worth mentioning that if you have studied in the UK previously, we would appreciate you sending your previous UK documentation, such as previous CAS, BRP, visa and UK education certificates, as that will speed up the admissions process for you. So moving on to CAS, once we've received all your documentation and issued an unconditional offer, and providing you've passed a credibility interview and paid your tuition fee deposit, you will then be eligible for a CAS. So a CAS letter is a document that the UKVI require in order to progress a visa to the UK. It's called a confirmation of acceptance of studies. However, we tend to just refer it to it as a CAS. So to be eligible for a CAS, you need to hold an unconditional offer at DMU. You need to have passed a credibility interview if relevant, and on receipt of a £4,000 tuition fee deposit, you will then be eligible. Of course, we would encourage applicants to make a 50% tuition fee deposit, as this is the required deposit in order for you to complete registration for the upcoming intake. This deposit will be reflected on your CAS letter and deducted from the money that you will be required to present to the UKVI for your visa. So we would always encourage students to make that 50% deposit so that all of that is updated on your CAS letter. The issuance of a CAS letter is an extensive process, and it's important that you do understand that the required deposits for a CAS would be as soon as possible, or at least a couple of months before you intend to submit your visa application. And please bear with the admissions team at peak times as we devote dedicated resource onto processing the CAS letters. So that's all from me. I'm going to hand over to Vimal to talk about living in Leicester.
Thanks for that, Emily. So I'm just going to touch on the lovely city we are based, which is Leicester. So Leicester offers everything you expect from a city and more, all on your doorstep. Not only are there great shops, bars and restaurants just a short distance from the campus, but it's also a great place to be living as a student. So the university is at the city itself is actually ranked within the top 10 of student city in the UK. This is based with the Student Living Index, and this is based on food, rent and fun. So it is a city-based campus. We are less than 5 minutes walk from the city centre, meaning there are lots of activities to do nearby for students to enjoy. This includes shopping, sports, music, theatre, film and comedy. So we are 1 hour from London, 40 minutes from Birmingham. So we're in a great location with great transportation links. We have a wide range of bars and restaurants and loads of activities to do. If you're into sports, we are the home of Leicester City and the Leicester Tigers Rugby Club. What do I enjoy doing in my free time? I enjoy going to watch Leicester City. I enjoy playing football. I enjoy going to the gym, as well as going to loads of different independent restaurants that Leicester offers. It's a very diverse city. Wherever you are from the world, you'll feel right at home. So what we're now going to do is show a short video showcasing what Leicester means to one of our alumni.
Leicester will be our next station. Call in approximately 10 minutes' time.
My name is Aminata. When I first came to Leicester, I was just 18 years old. As soon as I came out of the station and into the city for the first time, I just got this sense that I'm home. Which is strange because I'd grown up in Bexley Heath. and all I'd known is London. But here, there were people who looked and sounded just like me. And there was also something else, something really, really special. There was space for me here. Felt visible. People really listened to me. People like the director, who I met at the Curve Cafe by absolute accident, but gave me my first big break. And the radio station, who once had me as a guest and later gave me a job. And the theatre, who put on my work and gave me an audience. Leicester is a big city, no question. It's got shops after shops after shops. It's home to big businesses and major employers. If you want to go out to eat, go for a drink with some friends, you can do that. Leicester's a vibe. Heritage, culture, and a great sense of community. Leicester will give you all that. But most of all, it's a city that will give you a chance. So take it.
Thank you for sharing that video with us, Bimal. So finally, we're going to talk about health at DMU. So the health and well-being of our students is really important to us, and we want you to be in the best possible position to succeed. And that's why our students' physical and mental health is extremely valuable. Healthy DMU masterclasses are available and aim to support students during their time at DMU, and the classes look at how students can be assertive and manage stress at university. We also invested 8 million in a sports centre facility. This includes a 25-metre swimming pool, a climbing wall, a large fitness suite, and many more opportunities for students to get involved there. So we have sports teams and classes throughout the week, and we also provide online materials to help with your mental well-being. With regards to finding friends when you arrive at DMU, so first of all, we host an International Welcome Week. So this is an opportunity for students to meet other new international students, to meet faculties and members of staff. And then we also have iBuddy, which is an opportunity for current students to interact with new students and then help answer any questions they have and help them to settle into life in Leicester. And we do this via an iBuddy app. So that's a great opportunity to speak to other students and see how they feel from their perspective. So we'll open the floor to any questions now, if there's any in the chat box. If you've not put anything in there yet, feel free to type away.
Just having a quick look at the comments here. But I believe there was a comment in regards to financials for CAS. I don't know if any of the international colleagues want to come in on the process prior to it falling to admissions, but do we require proof of funds before a CAS is issued is the question that's been asked. So we do require proof of funds. Financials are checked by our colleagues in the international office. And we, as I discussed in the admissions section, we do require that deposit for the CAS. And when you're making your visa application, you will be required to show proof of funds to the EKVI. Alex and Vima, is there anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, that's exactly as you said. I believe it's £1,023 per month for 9 months has to be shown to us on a bank statement, and then also you must have paid your £4,000 tuition fee deposit before we can go ahead and issue any CAS. I believe, is it the same for you as well, Vimal?
Yes, that is correct, Alex. Yes.
Brilliant, thank you.
There's another question in here. What to do if conditional offer holder may not fulfill the IELTS requirements due to the absence of British Embassy in the country? So if you can't take an IELTS exam or it's excluded from your country, we offer a date test, which is an internal test. It's the equivalent to IELTS. If you want to book that, you can just contact your DMU representative and we can go ahead and sort that for you.
De Montfort University has no discrimination against any students. From my knowledge, all students that come onto campus, wherever they are coming from the world, is treated equally. If there is a problem, we do have a student support team. If you feel that there is some form of discrimination, we can provide you those details.
Yeah, worth mentioning that Leicester's obviously a very multicultural city too. One of the most multicultural cities in England. So we welcome students from all around the world. Happy to welcome anyone to De Montfort University.
If there aren't any more questions, I believe we should be able to end this session. So we'll give it another minute. If there aren't any more questions, then we will close this event that we've provided.
But thank you all for the engagement. It's lovely to see some comments from some offer holders, which is wonderful because those have been dealt with by my team. So I can see that there's a question in regards to an architecture offer holder, but asking about the tuition fee being quite high. What do you think I can do about this issue? So hopefully the section that Alex talked about, scholarships, will be something that you now go to on the link on our website, because we do have lots of scholarships and discounts available. So the main thing to add is just the sooner that you can get a tuition fee deposit sent over to DMU, you will be eligible for certain scholarships, especially with a 50% discount, the £500 early payment discount. So that's something that can definitely be helpful for students that find the tuition fees to be quite high. Okay, so we have an international student that has graduated from UWE Bristol and received an MSc in Energy Engineering at DMU. The questions are: 1, do I have to do my IELTS again? Or 2, does the university assist a job? So I will answer the first question. So an IELTS has to be in date, a 2-year validity. So it completely depends on when you took your IELTS. But if you wanted to email all of your documentation over to admissions, then a member of my team will be able to assist with that and let you know whether or not your IELTS can be used. But it's a 2-year validity at the point in which you make your application for an IELTS.
I can answer. Oh, go on, Vimor. I'll let you do it.
Oh, Vimor and Alex are both going for it. You're going to get some great answers.
Yeah, so as previously mentioned in the live stream, we do have the DMU Works provider, so they will assist you in assisting with employment whilst you are studying and post-studying as well. So we do have support here if you are requiring assistance in finding a job, or if you want any training assistance as well.
Thanks, Vimor. I've just seen a follow-up from the previous question, and considering you're a UK graduate, you are able to, that requirement will be waived. So thank you for letting us know that. So if you just wanted to email admissions with that information, then that English requirement will be waived because you've done 1 year of a UK degree. So you will have met the English requirement. So thank you for adding that. So we have a question in regards to scholarships. Can I use other scholarships not necessarily provided by DMU as a means of funding and supporting my studies? I have applied for architecture MArch for 2022 entry.
So as a means of funding, you have an option of self-funded, or if you have a company that will fund your studies. So quite often we have organizations that are sponsoring their students. So if you do have a organization that's happy to sponsor you, we would recommend you to provide the sponsorship letter to confirm that everything is all above board, and we can then use that as a form of payment to the university to fulfill your conditions and get your CAS letter issued out. And I think that follows up with the there was another question regarding funding, and that's the same way.
From Yusuf, I believe. I think you answered that one too there.
Yeah, full scholarship from another organization. That's exactly the same way. So Yusuf, if you do have a sponsorship letter or a financial guarantee, please email that across to the admissions team, and we'll be able to pick that up, use that as proof of payment towards your offer.
Thanks, Vimal. That's really helpful. So there's a conditional offer holder that has fulfilled that condition. How long will it take after sending the documents to receive the unconditional offer? So thank you for sending that in. That will be picked up by a member of my team. So we do aim to get back to you as soon as possible, but please do expect that there, due to the volume of applications that we are dealing with, we will get back to you as soon as possible there.
Another question just came through from Saeed. I have a conditional offer on an MSc course. How do I apply for bursaries and scholarships? So as I went over earlier on, so scholarships, there's the international scholarship and the early payment bursary. So you're eligible for them automatically upon receipt of 50% of your tuition fee costs. So you don't need to apply separately, but they are on a first come first served basis. So we recommend you get your application and your 50% paid as soon as possible. There's other scholarships that I mentioned earlier, and you need to apply for them separately. So if you go to a search engine and go for DMU scholarships, you can have a look through them and see which ones you're eligible for. And I believe a link's just been posted in the chat box there. Hopefully that answers your question. There's one from T Crown Studios regarding credibility interviews. That depends on the region you're applying from. If you're able to reply and let us know.
If you are, if we do require you to attend a credibility interview, you will absolutely you'll know about that via email, and we will keep you looped in regards to that. I think that seems to be all of the questions so far.
Nice. That's great. So thank you for coming, everyone.
We hope you found this live stream useful, and we look forward to seeing you in September 2022.
Thanks all. Thanks for your contributions.
Thank you. We're now going to end the session. Thank you. Bye-bye.